a relatively short call. So just kind of an overview of what you can expect the next couple weeks as we go over basically the 5 pillars of sustainable fat loss. So the keyword is sustainable. So I wanted to do this little mini series here because I hear friends, I see just so many women that just go through this battle, and especially this time of year when it's the new year and you're just like, okay, I'm going to take control of my health. I'm going to lose this much weight. I'm going to do this. And so I really have this passion to help you understand how to attain that sustainable fat loss, not having to, deprive certain foods, not having to go super low calorie. Hi, everyone. I see you guys saying hi now. Awesome. Thank you for being here. So not having to go, super low calorie where you start kind of hurting your metabolism, your hormones, all those kinds of things. But what are the simple, basic things that you can start doing right away to create just a healthy lifestyle, a healthy body? It really comes down to habits and creating a healthy lifestyle and completely ditching that roller coaster, the dieting roller coaster, and be done with that once and for all. I don't know about you guys. I'm 51 years old. I have done many diets throughout my life and I'm done. I don't want to diet anymore. I want to live my life. I want to live it in a healthy way. So, eating nutritious foods and just kind of having that in line, having my exercise in line, those kinds of things, but to where I still have a life and, I'm not beating myself up if I put on a couple pounds and then going to an extreme diet and all those good things. So my goal with you guys is to really teach you more about the healthy version and how to just create a strong, healthy body, kind of once and for all. And you don't even have to think about diets anymore. All those crazy fad diets that you see out there. And my hope with this too is to really simplify it for you. Anytime that you go to create change, there's going to be challenges there. There's just no doubt about it. You're going to have challenges. But my goal is to simplify that for you, so maybe it's not going to be easy because you are creating change, but we can make it simple for you. So the kind of a difference there. I currently have a client, she's actually on here right now, who came to me and she has, just like I said, I've, done the roller coaster dieting, probably every diet in the book. She said the same thing to me. And she said, but this time I want to learn how to, her mind was so in the right place because she said, this time I want to learn how to get rid of it and keep it off without feeling like I'm going hot and cold, like all, guns out, going all out. And then you're off the diet and you're like, good, I lost 20 pounds, I'm good now. And then boom, it sneaks back up on you and then you're caught back in that roller coaster again. So my hope is that you guys leave this with that kind of that vision of just creating that for yourself as well, not just physically, but mentally, as well. And that you have a really healthy relationship with food. You're not looking at certain things like, oh, that's bad, that's good. It is what it is. I had another client tell me I think she said she had a piece of cake over the weekend. And, that was bad or whatever. No, that's great. That's great. Now don't have it every night. Don't have it, even 3 days a week, but every once in a while you should allow yourself to enjoy those things. But if you're following, when I go into the nutrition portion of this, if you're following that piece of it, then the cravings and all those kinds of things start to kind of go away anyway, but you still have that freedom to enjoy them. So before I get further into this, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Lisa Alona. So I've been a coach for well over 30 years. I coached team sports early on. I have been working with women for about 23 years now in the fitness, nutrition industry. So about 23 years experience with that. And about 19 years ago, I started an outdoor fitness boot camp. And initially the first couple of years it was co-ed. I went to a women's only boot camp the last almost 17 years. I've been doing that. And about 2.5 years ago, I really got fired up about the nutrition side of things. Went and got certified with that, learned a lot more about it. I went through my own transformation, and that really kind of fired me up too, just seeing how much what you take in can quickly affect your physique, your body, your mindset, everything. So that really got me fired up. I got more into the nutrition side of it and started my Fit for Life Academy. So it's an online academy where I can work with, my reach is bigger, so I can work with women pretty much anywhere in the world as long as they're English speaking. But currently I have women, all over the United States, and have had women from different parts of the United States. So that is kind of my history and who I am. And this is right here. This is my passion. This is what I get fired up about. So in fact, before I sat down to meet with you guys, I just started writing. I'm like, I'm going to write down a few notes. And it ended up being like 5 pages long because I was pouring it all out. So anyway, I want to go ahead and get into just the overview. I wanted to keep this about 15 minutes for you guys tonight. So what I'm going to be discussing over the next couple weeks is, and hopefully maybe 2 to 3 weeks, we'll see how we get it in, is I am going to be talking about what I believe and I've noticed are the 5 pillars of sustainable fat loss. Keyword sustainable. So, and other keyword fat loss, not weight loss. You can lose weight on the scale, but the goal is to lose fat, hold on to your lean mass, and not really, the scale might go here, there, wherever, and not be too attached to the scale. But notice your inches going down. Inches are going down, you're getting fat loss, and hopefully not losing muscle so that your fat loss can be sustainable. And it's something and the approach that you take to it is something that is sustainable as well. So the habits that you create will also be sustainable and something that's just lifelong. And it just becomes a part of who you are and what you do. So I'm going to be discussing each night. I'm going to discuss a different pillar. I don't think I'll do 2 pillars in one night, but yeah, I don't think so. I think it'll be, each one of these pillars, I could go in depth. We could do like probably a month-long thing on each one of these pillars, especially number 1, which the number 1 pillar is your mindset. And I have mindset at number 1 because nutrition becomes so much more doable, enjoyable, sustainable if your mind is in the right place. And again, I go back to even just your relationship with food and not looking at, food as good or bad or, but just really having a healthy relationship with food, really focused on nourishing your body, not depriving it, not thinking, I'm going to go low calorie. I think for a while, low calorie was 1,200 calories, and now it's like 1,200 is like the norm almost, and 800, 900 seems to be the low calorie. Both those are just way too low to stay in for a long time. But that's the nutrition side. I'm not going to get ahead of myself here. But so mindset. So just what I'm going to go through with you guys, and it's going to be kind of like it's going to be pretty basic what I go through with you guys. But if there's enough interest, then in time we can go deeper into it, because this is just like really what I get fired up about is the mindset part. So with mindset, there's what's called the transformation cycle. And that's what we're going to talk about. I have a couple videos on here, and actually my clients in the academy started watching those videos and they kind of really connected with them, which inspired me to kind of bring this all back up and bring it to your guys' attention. So a transformation cycle is basically what you go through from the point that you decide you're going to create change in your life. So whether it's your health, your body, fitness, a job, anything. So anything that you're looking to create change in your body, it's the cycle you go through in that change, during that transformation. So it always starts out, and you guys might be able to relate to this, with you getting like super pumped up. And this is the time of year, we're getting toward the end of it now already in January, but January 1st is typically when people are like, I'm doing this, I'm going to do this, and you get so fired up, and you know what you're going to do to get a physical transformation, to lose weight, to lose this, to, run faster, whatever. And you have that like excitement and that fire, and that's how everybody starts. Then you start going through, so you kind of picture like almost like a smile, like a smiley face. So a smile. So then you start going through your journey, through your transformation, and you hit some sticky parts. And that's called resistance. And that's when the best way that I can put it, it's when your old self is calling you back. Like you have this new self that's starting and you're starting to create these changes and develop new healthy habits. And then your old self is like, but this is more comfortable. Don't you want to come back here? I mean, now you have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, or now you have to plan your food ahead of time. Wasn't it easier, more comfortable? And then it's easy to get drawn back up to that beginning phase. When you hit that resistance phase, there's 7 ways, and I won't get into them right now. Again, maybe down the road, I can actually put probably the video that I have on them. If you guys are interested, let me know. But there's 7 ways that we deceive ourselves into thinking like, yeah, I'm just going to go back to this. So you start working through your transformation, you hit that resistance. And the reason why I feel this is important to express to you guys is because the awareness is seeing that in yourself and going, okay, this is getting harder for me. It's going to get harder. Anytime you start a new journey, you're gonna hit that resistance for that reason. Okay. So there's gonna be hard days where you're not gonna feel motivated. You're not gonna want to do it. And you're tired, you worked late, the kids are fussy, whatever it may be. So that's when you got to have that awareness to go, wait a minute, this is what I'm doing right now. And then you call that awareness out for what it is, and you just keep pushing yourself to move through that resistance, and you get up and you do what you set out to do anyway. So each time you work through that resistance, so you think resistance, you get stronger, right? So you lift weights, you do bicep curls. Every time you do a bicep curl, your bicep gets stronger. So same type of thing. Each time you push through, your mind is getting stronger on that path. You get through the resistance, you head over to the transformation phase. And this is when you're really starting to notice a transformation. It's getting a little bit easier to stick to the plan. You don't have so many things popping up, pulling you back, things that you're saying to yourself that makes you just want to go back and just, call it quits or whatever. But you're starting to see like the physical changes, the mental changes, and you're kind of like, I'm changing, like this feels good. And you're getting that confidence from accomplishing it, all that good stuff. So that's the transformation phase of it. And now in the transformation part, you're not completely set. You're not like, okay, cool, I'm transformed, I'm good to go. There's still some work to be done. And then when you're working through that transformation phase, you come back up to that top of the smiley face right there. And you're now at your ideal self. You're now at that goal that you had set for yourself, that vision you saw on January 1st or whenever you set that, you're now there. And because you're now there, you don't feel normal if you miss a workout, or if you eat something that's not in your plan or whatever. You can tell like it doesn't feel like it's you anymore. You only feel like you when you're following the plan now. And that's the ultimate goal, is to get there. And I think if you can see that in yourself, as you're going through that transformation cycle, that is so, so powerful, because awareness is everything, because you can take it and you can go, okay, what am I thinking right now? And you can switch it to thoughts that are going to work for you and keep you moving forward. So I got way into that, more than I want to, but that's going to be pillar 1. I might repeat some of that on when I get into that, but I might save mindset for to discuss on the last night. I'm not sure about that, because I'm thinking you guys are coming here like, tell me what to eat, tell me what to do with my training, like help me with this stuff, and then we can talk about mindset when we get you up and running with some of those other tools. So the second pillar is nutrition. So I'm going to give you like the absolute basic things that you can do that will simplify it for you, and just things that you can focus on and start paying attention to day in and day out to make sure your nutrition's on track, that you'll start seeing results pretty quickly. And again, it's not because I'm going to be like, okay, don't eat, or eat 1 meal a day, or only eat this. Like, it's not going to be like that at all. In fact, typically my clients, and every client's different, but my clients in my academy, I don't give them like exactly eat this, unless they want like a meal plan, menu plan. I have those available for those that want to like that, just for their jump start. But typically they're creating their own plans, deciding what they're going to eat. And I just kind of tell them how to portion it out and create those meals. So to help them reach their goals, whatever, goals they have. So for you guys, I am gonna go over those basics that you can start doing that really simplifies it. There is so much noise out there on social media and it's tough to watch. It is tough to watch because it can make it very confusing for you guys. You know, should I go low calorie? Should I go low carb? Should I go low fat? Should I, like all that stuff? And the answer to all of it is no. It's just no. So I'll get into more of that too on the nutrition night. So pillar number 3 is exercise. So what are the exercises that you can be doing, especially those of you that are super busy? Maybe you don't have access to a gym, or you do, you know? So I want to give you like some basic things that you can focus on exercise wise. Like, it's kind of like a hierarchy of things to focus on. Like, okay, if you only have 3 days a week and this much time, focus on this. And then if you have 5 days a week, then let's focus on this and this. And I'll give you guys some of those real basic things that you can start doing to make sure that you're setting your body up and creating basically a fat burning machine 24/7. Like building your body, getting your metabolism to where you're just burning, even when you're sleeping. So that'll come through the nutrition and through the exercise. My 4th pillar is sleep. And sleep, yes, quality sleep and enough sleep can help with fat loss. The lack of can hinder fat loss. It can really help with fat storage. And I'll go into that with you as well. Some of these things, I have some really great resources that I'll also put in the comments when I do that section. So like for exercise, I have 2 different resources. One where you can kind of create your own workouts, and it kind of it's a mix and match, and you kind of put it together yourself. I also have one that if those of you that are short on time, and it's the time crunch workouts where you can put something together, you know, get it done in 15 minutes or whatever, but still get some movement in, which still pays off as is. So, and so the sleep one, I do have another resource that just helps you to create. The key to getting quality sleep and sleeping through the night is, along with all your nutrition and exercise and those things, is creating a routine for yourself so that you wind down before it's time to go to sleep. So you're not like charge, go to lay down, and then maybe you crash, but then you wake up in the middle of the night like, okay, did I do this? Did I do that? Did I, you know, but just helping you to create an evening routine for yourself to where you're calm, your mind's calm, everything's settled, and then you can have a restful sleep. So I do have a resource for that, and I'll talk more about that on the sleep night. And then the number 5 pillar is stress management. So somebody had mentioned, some of you had asked, you know, talked about certain questions you had, and I'll address those too when they, you know, depending on what they fall under here. But somebody had mentioned, you know, wanting know about belly fat. And one of the big things is stress management, because if you're stressed out and you're releasing that cortisol, that's going straight to storing belly fat. So I will give you some tips on how you can manage your stress, just some things that you can exercises you can actually do, supplements that will help with that kind of stuff when we get to the stress management part, okay? So those are the 5 pillars, and I'll be taking a deep dive into each one of those. And if you have any questions, like between now and whenever it is, like if you have questions now, or you can actually put them in the comments, or you have, you know, you go to sleep, you wake up in the morning, you're like, I wonder if blah, blah, blah. Ask on this thread right here, shoot me a message or whatever you feel comfortable with, and I will answer those questions. So I definitely want to answer your questions. I want to know what you guys want to know as well. So that is it. Those are your 5 pillars. I went way over what I thought I would go over, but that's because I kind of ran with it with the mindset one. So at the end of each call, I am going to open up an invite for you to schedule a strategy session with me if you'd like to schedule one. So it's about a 45-minute strategy session, and that's for as long as I have spots available in my academy. So as long as I have those spots available, I will, you know, put out an invitation if you want to schedule a strategy session. At the end of your strategy session, there's a reason why it's called a strategy session. So at the end of the session, you and I might decide like we're a great match, let's work together, let's do this. Or we might decide it's not a good fit, but my goal for you is to still leave you with something. And the strategy sessions are one-on-one. They're one-on-one calls. But my goal, so it's kind of like a life coaching call, like getting your goals down. And then my goal would be, if we decide that you're not a fit for the program, would be to still set you on your way with some kind of strategy or something you can focus on, so that that time is meaningful for you as well. So there is an open invitation if you want to apply for the academy, set up a strategy session, we can talk about it. I'll put the link in the comments for the strategy session. You'll go to that, schedule your session whenever is good for you. And again, it's about a 45-minute session. So if you usually can schedule out up to 3 days out. If you can't find a day or a time that's working for you, just message me and we could probably work something out on our own. So you would schedule your call, and then right as soon as you schedule it, it'll send you to an application page. You'll fill out that application. That just helps me understand, going into this call, where you're coming from, things like that. So I'll put that link in the comments. And I believe that is it. So again, if you have questions or anything, please feel free, leave them in the comments, shoot me a message. I'm looking to schedule our next call, our next live. So that's the night we're gonna talk about nutrition. So we're gonna talk about the main nutrition things you can do to start dropping some inches pretty quickly. If you really nail these things, you can start dropping inches pretty quickly. So I'll schedule that I gotta look at my schedule. So it's probably gonna be the beginning of next week. I'm looking for a Monday or Tuesday evening. And I will always have these on here recorded. And I believe that's it. So I just want to leave you guys with this. Make sure you are being kind to yourself. Please, please, please be kind to yourself. Be kind to your body. Be kind about your words about your body. And I hope you guys have an awesome night. And then I'll send you an invite as soon as I schedule the next live. All right? All right, you guys are awesome. Thanks for being here. Let me know if you have any. All right, thanks.